Alrighty then. I decided to make this video just because I keep running into this like all the time. People seem to be confusing a scientific theory with a hypothesis. Alright, so let's see here. Let's assume we don't have the concept of gravity or whatever. Here's my phone. Now, I'm going to guess that this phone is going to fall if I drop it. However, there's a possibility it could go straight up into the ceiling. Let's test this theory. Okay. 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 Alright, so I just had a hypothesis that this phone is going to fall on my chest here. But there we go. Did it again. Did it again. Well, noticing how that happens, I believe I can have a predictive model here. I think this is going to happen pretty much every time. I'm going to have to confer with my colleagues overseas and make sure that this is working over there too. Have them drop their phone on their chest. Alright, well, I think I have a running theory now. I'm going to call it gravity. Alright, so a scientific theory is something that's tested. Something that's tested around the world by scientists everywhere. And it's something you can make predictive models on. So you can predict an outcome. If X, Y, and Z are here, you're going to get this. You'll find predictive models using the theory of evolution, for example. And it's not just some random, maybe we came from other animals. No. It's a theory, not a hypothesis. It's not a guess. It's something that's tested with every field of science. In fact, we use the theory to create drugs. Now, you would think, well, if it's just a random guess, there's a 50-50 chance these drugs won't work. But they do work. Every time. So theory seems pretty rock solid. It's the same thing with global warming. When you have 99.9% of all scientists agreeing on something, they're not just like in a room, it's like, yeah, I think you're right. No, they're like, really? So you think that X and X equals, Y? Well, let's see. Let me test that. So scientist 1 tests it, scientist 2 tests it, and on and on and on and on and on. Over a course of, say, a decade, if there's nothing contrary to it, it becomes a theory. Pretty rock solid. Now, you can argue that, oh, well, theories aren't absolute. Nothing's absolute. A theory is just something you can make a predictive model on, and if it happens to come true, then the theory's probably right. So, yeah, anyhow, the people are confusing the concept of a scientific theory with a hypothesis. A theory is way more, it's tested, heavily tested from around the world. Alright, a hypothesis is just an educated guess. And then you take that educated guess and you test it. And then somebody else tests that guess, somebody else tests that guess, somebody else, on and on and on and on and on and on and on. On and on and on and on. Gee, we got a theory now. Alright, I hope that clears stuff up.